Morning to all the folks in Glen and surrounding areas. Good morning to all the folks in Kingstown and surrounding areas. Chateau, OTR, good morning to you. Brighton, Mesopotamia, Green Hill, everybody who's listening right
Crystal,
now.
I don't like how you do it.
South Rivers, Barley.
Yeah. Chateau Belair, Fitzhugh, Spring Village, Rose Hall, Rosebank, Campbell Park. I mean, Bookerman,
Valley,
Vermont. Come now.
Montrose.
Don't really want people like that now. We love you guys, man.
Beckway, Kenwan Union, Mara, Mustic.
I think there's an island. I think there's an island down there that St. Vincent and Grenada share. PD something. Right?
We don't share an
island. Yeah. There is an island. There is an island in the Grenadines. Half is Grenada and half is St. Vincent.
You mean in terms of
so you could land on you could land on part of it,
true.
and the Grenadian authority can't ask you no question. Like,
That's not true.
Listen, man, I know this.
I never hear that.
This is part of St. Vincent. What?
I never hear.
Come on, Crystal. There's a lot of things you haven't heard.
We have one island.
I'm here to teach you, my friend.
What's the name of the island? Is it?
I will find out for you. It's
you don't even know the name of the island.
It's a PT something. All right, it's a PT something. No, it's a PT. We'll find out.
PT of rum.
Anyway, and you always forget the people who are heading into the plantation, you know. Good morning, guys. Heading into work this morning. We're heading into the plantation. I know. Hold the faith. It's just Friday. No, it's not Friday. It's Monday.
Wow.
Carry
because
on.
your next day with me was supposed to be Friday.
Yes.
But you decided you're going to stay home and cock up before.
Yeah.
You understand? But it's all right. It's all good.
I fell asleep.
It's all good. People haven't no business. You know? I'm just saying. You've got the Hurricane Man, DJ Jose in your show, The Crystal. We're going to take you up until 10 o'clock this morning, all right? Carry a coup. Somebody says carry a coup.
Yeah.
Is what you're talking about.
Yeah, part of the island is St. Vincent. Belongs to St. Vincent.
Carrier.
Yeah, it's part of the Grenadines. Yeah. Don't doubt that.
So you mean? All right. So good morning to Big Bad Shaq. Good morning, Elvina. Crampel says, true, Crystal, it will be hard to tell a parent who has invested so many years in their kids and not be able to see their child in one of their first major achievements. I agree. Organize better arrangements. This was in response to the graduations specifically. We spoke about there being 39 cases of COVID-19 in Canwan.
Yeah.
Small island. Small population.
Don't do 2x4. They get upset when they do that.
I was never going to say 2x4.
2x4 island. Go ahead.
All right. I was never going to say that.
I'm being passively aggressive this morning.
Never going to say that.
A lot of people tell me to be passively aggressive. So I'm passively aggressive.
How did we get here?
Yeah.
All right. So we were talking about that this morning. And of those 39 people, it says here that 20 children are among those who are tested positive or who have tested positive.
Including an infant.
18 of them are between the ages of 11 and 12. One is 11 months and the other child is a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
They all tested positive. And what we learned was there was a graduation and, all the children were there because it's rather interesting that so many children of the same age, 11, 12, would have tested positive. We had a caller call in earlier, a parent whose child graduated. Luckily, and thank God that child is COVID negative. All right, let's take this call here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
No, man. No. Okay.
You gotta make it quick, okay?
Morning.
To the point, and then let's move on.
Big up, Hammer.
Can you hear me, Crystal?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
I just want to listen to you. One of the things I want you to focus on children. You ever think you have a child? The children are literally now in a very dangerous situation. It's now not like the original strain, not even like Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. The Delta is literally affecting our children. We've got to protect them. I'm very serious that we need to know, send out information to parents because a lot of parents don't know how to protect the children. I've seen a lot of children literally without masks. I've seen in Singapore they've passed a lot.
Let's focus on
once you're 2 years. My sister, we need to get information to help the people in Grenada. They're in a very remote area. You're here in St. Vincent, you could run and go to some different health center where you could get help. They are literally cut off. And I'm only saying it is time again we settle down, we stop dodging, we stop hiding, we allow people to spread that correct information. We get our officials to come here and tell us how, because I see it in that Anguilla. Anguilla is now 331 there, but they have no debt. You know why no debt?
Yeah.
Because
they are vaccinated, Mr. Hamilton. They are vaccinated.
Oh,
they are tested. No, my sister, the vaccinated are getting infected. Don't come and tell me that.
Do not shout at me this morning. Listen to me. Don't come here with your misinformation.
No,
Anguilla's vaccination rate is what?
He came good. He made a point that I want to link.
Because you're
he said
anti-vaccination. Listen to me.
He said.
My figures.
No, I'm going to go on Hamilton this morning. He made some good points. I'm sorry, Hamo, that I came out to you so early like that. He said, we have seen something that we have never seen before. That the number of children being infected, right? This is a new emerging trend that you're seeing here, a worrying trend, all right? And he made a point in terms of we need to tell the parents, we need to start protecting the kids. I've seen a lot of kids walking around and they don't wear the mask, all right? They don't wear the mask. So basically, we need to step up in terms of protecting the children and probably leave them at home. I know people are asking the question, will school be open? If we're going down this particular road, will school be open? But that's another debate, and I know it's going to come up as we go through the morning. But Hamilton is right. We are seeing the emergence of something that is worrying, and he linked it also to the point. What about the health facilities in the Grenadines? Can they accommodate this rise in the number of cases that is happening? Because look at it this way. Remember, this is just let's say this is just 39 on the island. That was the situation a couple days back. You don't know if it's going to go up or it's going to move down. All right, that was what is happening prior. So we don't know what is the situation. Probably a couple of days going down. Will the health facility be able to accommodate that?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So he likes to make reference to Anguilla a lot. Every single time he calls, he makes reference to Anguilla. And then he makes reference to Anguilla people, Anguillans.
I have never been to Anguilla.
Right?
Yeah.
Wearing masks, and that's the reason that the COVID-19 cases are low and they don't have that many deaths, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So forth. However, right, Anguilla is a small place as well. Look at Anguilla's rate of vaccination. As at September 7th, Anguilla has surpassed 60% first doses.
Yeah. Of vaccination.
And as at September 7th, their fully vaccinated rate was very close to 60%, as in 2 doses, very close. The last 7 days, the 7-day average death, 0.
Okay.
So can we safely say that the reason Anguilla is in such a not a horrible place right now is because of their vaccinations?
Yeah.
I think we can
draw some conclusion. Yeah, vaccination.
You want to come and shout in my ear?
Yeah, no, Chrissy, I'm all with you. See, we're twinning today. We're all blue. Carry on, my friend.
All right. So I was going through the WhatsApp messages there, right? It says some people just don't care to wear masks, and there isn't any pressure on little groups and clusters here and there. Some people also see quarantine as a vacation because they aren't severely sick. Somebody says we need that cluster list because here in shops you're hearing talking of who have it, but everybody's still mingling, no mask.
Where?
I personally, shops.
Redemption?
I personally know of a guy who is vaccinated, caught back COVID, and still lambing by the rum shop with his mask under his chin. The park full of children almost every day, no mask. That situation in Kanawan is very frightening.
Yeah, that's redemption shops, right? Chrissy, we could identify the spots, man. Give me some spot. I heard the police.
Why? Let's
identify the spots. You said Collins. We have Grenadines.
Choppins. You were doing so well.
Choppins. Then we have Kanawan. We have
somebody said Sharp.
Right. And then the police issued a release about was it Spring Village? There's some issues down in Spring Village. Rose Hall. Right. It means that the entire
the police station in Rose Hall was closed.
Yeah, the entire precinct got shut down. Everybody catch something, apparently COVID or was isolated for some reason. That is a worrying trend.
Of course it's worrying.
You know why it was worrying? You know why it's worrying? Because I've noticed it doesn't seem like some businesses in Kingstown have COVID problems. right? It doesn't seem like it seems as if it's only a particular set of people or particular set of business who apply in terms of isolate, inform the customers that we have a problem. Kudos to the commissioner of police and the police force for informing the public that they had a problem and we're going to do this. So that, guys, you want the license, go here. If you want to make a call, do that. I'll pick up the police for that. But there are some businesses that are not doing that because they are hiding the situation that is occurring, and that is worrying.
Hold on, wasn't it just last week you said?
What, me?
You said that you were in agreement with businesses hiding that sort of information.
I said that, Crystal?
Wasn't it you who said that last week?
Me? Oh my goodness.
I swear that is what I remember him saying to us.
Carry on, Crystal.
If a business has a spike or an outbreak in COVID-19, why are they going to come and share that information?
For all of sin, Crystal, sometimes we've come to the point of repentance. Maybe this is my repenting point.
Boy, yeah. You're crazy. Pet says good morning. Somebody says here, right?
Yeah.
Good morning. Lago Heights as well.
Lago Heights.
Well, you asked.
No,
let us know what areas you know or you believe that there is a cluster of COVID-19. So we've identified Choppins, Canawan, Union, all right?
Spring Village, Rose Hall.
Right. Although what we know about Spring Village Rose Hall is that the police station closed. That's all we know about that area.
Wait. Is there police in that area?
I'm saying that's all we know.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay. And now we're hearing of Lago Heights and Sharps.
Right.
All right. Mr. Hamilton made a very good point in the beginning of his presentation. They are not telling us, they are not coming to us, they are not sharing certain information with the public. That is an issue that I have at this point.
Carry on, let me hear.
Started off really well, right? Continued really well. And then trickled off. Now we are at a point where every now and then the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment, you'd have a press conference. Randomly. There isn't a set, okay, every 2 weeks we're going to have a press conference to give the entire country updates. So the media, we are dependent on releases from NEMO every single day. We get emails from NEMO every day to give us updates on the COVID-19 numbers, recoveries, new cases, deaths, right? They have a Facebook page, SVG Health. Apart from that, what can you to let people know exactly what is going on in the country? I think they're falling off significantly with that. I saw a caravan going around the area maybe up to 1 to 2 weeks ago.
When you saw that? When
I was at home, I was hearing somebody on the microphone saying vaccinate, these are the benefits and so on.
Right.
Apart from that, they have just depended for the past, I would say, couple of months.
Yeah.
Depended solely or mostly on Facebook and releases.
Well,
I think that we need a little bit more than that.
I agree.
All right. The question is, who's responsible for disseminating the information? I am pretty sure the average Vincentian has forgotten many of the key and important points about COVID-19.
Yeah.
Right?
Wash your hands,
sanitize, 20 seconds, blah, blah, blah. All the things that they've been doing from the get-go.
Yeah.
Right? My other problem is my responsibility here as a radio host is to talk about the issues that are trending, the issues that are affecting Vincentians. Is it my responsibility to come here on a morning?
Yes.
And say, Vincentians, these are the symptoms of COVID-19.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Vincentians, these are the symptoms of Delta. This is how you identify whether there's a difference between Delta, Gamma, Mu. Is there a difference? I'm supposed to come and tell you, listen, vaccinations, they are working. This is what they tell us. I'm supposed to speak about things that are affecting us, not necessarily come here and educate. We do that of our own. those are the things that the ministry is supposed to be proactively doing.
Yeah, I want to link your point, Crystal. I saw something on social media a couple of days ago. Somebody was complaining that they were making a comparison that when they look at Barbados, right, every single day you have the officials from the whole health persons who come on and give an update as to the situation, as to what is happening in Barbados. And the person made a post, and people start cussing out the person like, well, why don't you go over to Barbados and live? But the person is highlighting that there are some deficiencies in your system, some deficiencies that Miss Crystal has just outlined. We need to step up to the plate and start batting, because when this thing started, we used to have these press conference like every other day. I used to see Crystal there asking questions. No, we don't get those. So people, because of the lack of information, the lack of presence, or the lack, sometimes you ask people to come and they don't come. You make a call and people are scared. Why do you think, and this is me extrapolating, why do you think that the ministers start saying, listen, we have a problem here? Because they're looking out for the people. That they were voted for, that they're looking out, they're taking care of the people. And I would tell you, like Machiavelli, the end justify the mean. If there's a problem with my people, if there's a problem with my area, I am going to get up and say, there is a problem in Central Leeward, there is a problem in South Leeward. All right? That's how it is, the people are looking out, because it seems as if, I don't know what is the reason why we don't get any information, but we are behind the plate. We need to step up to the plate.
Step up again.
Yeah, again. They were there. Step back. Let's go again, man.
Sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board with certain things, right? There's a reason that our numbers were so low in the beginning. Was it because that we were always in, or the ministry was always in people's faces?
Yeah.
With the information, right? Sometimes they just have to bombard and be all up in people's grill.
Of course.
All up in the nose hole.
Remind them. Crystal, you know what's happening now? If you go in town, right? I think I did a little random check last time I went to town, like Thursday, and I'm sure like 4 out of 10 persons are not wearing the mask properly. Some have it below the chin, some don't have. Well, it seems like now is this time people don't seem to, only if they're going into a place they say, wait, I forgot my mask home. Yeah. That's the only time they remember, because the policy say we need to get the mask. Listen, you need to remind, I don't want to use it. You know how we people stop already. You got to tell them. You have to tell them, guys, wear your mask, socially distance. You got to remind them. It's just constant reinforcement. Just telling a person one time like that, they're not going to retain it. You have to keep going at it. And also, and I know they're probably putting some plans in place in terms of going to the rural areas. Listen, we can't look at the urban areas. The people out in the rural areas, we got to reach to those people. Because even we vaccinate everybody in town, we still have people them in the rural areas we have to get to. And that is the situation. You notice happening on the perimeters. You are right. Grenadines, and so you notice what's happening there. You know what's happening there. The COVID start to percolate, start to get into these little cracks. Those are the areas you need to get to. You know what I mean? I promised myself I was going to be worked up. I'm sorry, Crystal. That's fine. That's fine.
I like this one here, right? I like this one here. It's a good point. I'll give you that. Somebody says, reminder of COVID until now. Vincentians forget the protocols. Well, I hope the deaths remind us. Which brings us to another point. I'm hearing that we might possibly have another COVID-19
Yeah, I saw that. Someone sent me that there's a possibility that we might have another COVID death, and
I'm not absolutely certain
but we just,
that is.
That is what is circulating now, and we're just throwing it out there. Who's the Minister of Health?
St. Clair Jimmy Prince.
Oh, when last have we had a press conference? I don't know. I'm asking.
About 2 weeks
Remember,
ago.
Most times I'm inside,
About 2 weeks ago.
You went to it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I tried to stay away from the press
conferences.
I watched them online.
Okay.
All right. I watched them over. I watch them live or watch them over.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm sitting there waiting for 10 minutes for them to start.
And it doesn't start. But we need a press conference, and I saw people requesting it online.
So it doesn't even have to be like, I don't know what to say.
No, Crystal, say what is in your heart.
It doesn't even need to be like a press conference, but something. Okay. So last week, MP for East St. George, right? Let's get creative with the thing.
All right.
You realize that there are some people that you have at your disposal that you can use to help with the overall initiative.
Right.
We had a cluster in Choppins.
Yeah.
The MP for East St. George, he got up.
Big
he
man.
said, you know what?
Yeah.
Let us take a vaccination drive
Yeah.
to Choppins.
Yeah.
That is my constituency. Those are my people.
Yeah.
He reached out to the Ministry of Health, got some help. Those things. You see that worked.
Yeah, it did.
Reach out to the other MPs and other constituencies. Reach out to other caretakers.
Yeah.
Get somebody from the NDP. Get somebody from the ULP. It doesn't even have to be like the vaccination drive. It could be some information drive. Because I think people have closed their ears to who is speaking.
Yeah.
If you get somebody else to talk, maybe they will listen. Overall, it will benefit the entire country. We see. Are we at the beginning of the system crashing?
Crashing, yeah. 16 persons in isolation.
The isolation facility,
I think about 20. I think about that.
between 20 and 30.
Whoa. Just doing the math, see, boy. So,
I don't think that's the only facility, but
oh,
that one there,
was built for
between
that.
20 and 30.
okay.
So if we get to a stage where, let's say, 50 people need proper care and attention, where are they going to go?
I don't know.
Let's say 100, let's say 200. You have to be creative. You have to do something to help to prevent. I mean, I sometimes I feel like we are at the point of no return. And it's just going to get worse from here. We're going to be hearing about deaths every week. And then people are going to point their fingers and blame the government. Everybody has a responsibility. The ministry has the biggest cut out of that responsibility.
All right.
Let's get creative. Let's team up with some people. Go back to the drawing board. Go back to basics. Good morning, Twin. Somebody says, every time you all talk about vaccine, the devil laughing after you all.
Why?
People wake up, this is the last days. Read your Bible and the devil seeking soul. Don't be tricked. All you all doing is talking about vaccine. Why not telling people to take the vitamins and eat up some fresh fruit and get plenty sunshine? Everything is vaccine. Right, okay. Take your vitamins.
Take your vitamins.
Drink your water.
Get some zinc.
Keep your distance.
Keep your distance.
Yeah.
All right?
Basics.
You want us to talk about something else? What is trending right now? People are dying. COVID is trending. That is what happened. Yeah.
Somebody says, good morning. This COVID is all over. There are more villages, but maybe you don't know of.
Of course.
Let's know what the villages
course.
are.
Yeah.
Tell us. All right. Here's one. Health workers are still being harassed to pay for the PCR test when the PM said we don't have to.
No, I didn't say. I think you have to do. I think some are free, right? I think like the first two.
Ministry of
Right. Remember
Ministry of
that.
Education.
Right.
Ministry of Health.
The first
That's a
two. The
bit
first
different.
two is free, right? The
That's a
first
bit
two,
different.
right? The rest is another thing. And I understand. And I understand if you're a frontline person. In terms of the vaccination, the possibility, if you're taking care of a person, of possibility that you could get infected, and the vaccine is part of a defense against that. So, in terms of the frontline workers, I see the reason for vaccination, right? I don't think you should be forcing it. I think out of reason with a person like Crystal, if you put your hand in this hole, it's gonna get severed. X, Y, Z. Rational reason with person, and explaining to them this is a reason why you're doing it. Just like how just explaining to the person. I was going to go down a point, right? But I won't step down into that hole. I'll leave it at that. That's why I came
Seems
back.
like a lot of-
Yeah. I was gonna go down a particular hole, but I said let me just hold back. Let me just hold back on that one, all right? Let me just hold back on that one.
All right. As the person mentioned, God and vitamins, something that we're going to talk about, touch on a bit in the 8 o'clock hour. Police warn church leader about continued violation of COVID rules.
What the preacher did? Crystal, before you read that,
The pastor said COVID-19 protocols are sinful.
Yeah, and I want to link it to the point. Generally, when I serve through social media, right, and there's somebody select person dying, so there's all these people who jump on and start posting, you sinful people, you're going to hell, repent, the world is coming to an end. Okay, I understand, but this is not the place where you start basically feeding on people's fear. This is not the point for this. Right? We need.
I see where you're going with this one. You're saying that Christians are conveniently using COVID-19 to their advantage to get people to come into the church.
They are feeding on fear. It's like, listen, if you die, you're going to burn for the rest of your life. So listen.
So let me ask you a silly question, right? When there are some people who are of the opinion that our numbers are not real. All right.
Yeah, I saw that.
And when the deaths, they are being promoted or they're being highlighted or focused on to induce fear so that people could go and take the vaccine. That's not the same thing.
No, that cannot be the same thing.
That's not the same thing that people are alluding to.
I listen, man. I can't rationalize. I see some people talking about these numbers are inflated. It could be inflated. My margin of error, 10%. It can't be inflated. These things are tested and tried. It can't be inflated. There is no conspiracy here. I'm gonna give the thumbs up to the officials. The numbers are correct. It is your mind that is not accepting the numbers. You need to accept these numbers. Right? I see that whole thing. And you pointed to this two issues that I have.
The people that say the numbers fake.
Yeah, I see those people. What kind of fake numbers this? All of a sudden I see children the school open, and then you talking about vaccinating children and all those things and all that. Man. Crystal, my coffee is exhausted.
Yeah, man. All right, so we could do that.
Yeah.
All right, shop and save.